Hey, my name is Chetana. As my English summative, I will compare and contrast between the novels The Handmaid's Tale and Herland. I will be talking about the overview of the books and comparison of the novels according to my topic, proofs and real-world connections. The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood is a dystopian text that is based on a patriarchal society that brings forth some of the darkest connections between politics and sex. The story takes place in Republic of Gilead, representing a time period of declining birth. The narrator, Offred, takes the reader through her experience as a woman in the present and past Gilead throughout the novel. Herland by Charlotte Perkins Gilman reflect upon a utopian society that consists of only women. This mystical island is placed in South America was found by 3 male explorers. Then, the narrator of this novel takes the reader through their experience in this newly found female society. Also, Gilman discussed some of the orthodox views of male-female roles all throughout the novel. As my essay topic, I have chosen to compare and contrast between The Handmaid's Tale and Herland, and which is more likely to survive into the future beyond the novel. Comparison of the books and survival. The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood reflects a society that is filled with hatred, jealousy, inconsideration, and brutality. However, the novel Herland by Charlotte Perkins Gilman shows a civilization that is more peaceful, considerate, and humanist. Therefore, it is evident that the novel Herland will survive into the future beyond the novel. Firstly, one of the reasons for the destruction of Gilead is the hatred and the jealousy that is present between the wives and the handmaids. This hatred exists due to the structure of the society. The handmaid's main purpose is to conceive a child with their husband, which put both the wives and the handmaids in a very uncomfortable position. At some point, the wives are going to stand up for themselves and their marriages, or with time it will turn into chaos. It won't be just a knitting needle that will end up in the handmaid's belly. Moreover, can one really blame for the hatred and the jealousy that wives have toward handmaids? However, Herland reflects a much more peaceful and friendly society. The quotation at the left shows friendliness that represented among the citizens of Herland. They all treated each other as sisters. There were no reason for them to feel emotions such as hatred or jealousy because there were no enemies among them. This mirrored a stronger structure to their community because these females can work as a one to support and build a stronger community for their future. Secondly, another reason for destruction of Gilead is the inconsiderate rulers in Gilead. The quotation at the left shows the disapproval of the homosexual people in Gilead, a society that punished people for their life preference created a place of sorrow and depression, and ultimately citizens of Gilead will be mentally ill by hiding themselves in the dark. Nevertheless, the females in her land shows a society that is much more considerate and accepting, a society that is not celebrated a marriage for 2,000 years, considered marriage for the happiness of their citizens, a society that considers its citizens' happiness and wanting has a high possibility of surviving because people within the society is satisfied and taken care of. Therefore, the chances of arousing any conflicts are slim. Finally, brutalness is another reason for the possible collapse of Gilead. The statement on the left view how women in the society is treated. They are stripped away from their belongings, their loved ones, and families. The feeling of losing everything that one worked for in their entire life is heart-wrenching, and it is brutal to act upon such instincts. Citizens who suffer through such pain eventually going to protest against their rights, even if it will cost their life in the process. Yet again, Highland women portray much more humanist qualities. The quotation on the left views how pure and clean their thoughts are. They show great difficulty to see the dark side of humanity. Since their minds are clean from any kinds of dark thoughts, their time and energy can be put into something more positive and productive, like further improving and developing their community. Connecting to the real world. For the past several years, the protest that has been taken against governments from third world countries such as India, Pakistan, and Israel is due to the lack of consideration that government has toward its citizens. Also, in Russia, people are standing up and protesting against the rights of homosexuality in Russia. Therefore, it shows that people eventually will stand up and protest against their rights and their individuality at some point in life. In conclusion, the evidence mentioned above proves her land by Gilsman will survive into the future beyond the novel because the citizens within the society is treated mentally, physically, and emotionally right by providing a community that is peaceful, considerate, and humanist.